Good afternoon once again, everyone. Welcome to this beautiful in service program conducted by Vidyadan. And today's topic in the webinar session is life skills. For life skills, we have with us Dr. Manoranjini. Before I introduce ma'am, I request Kriti, please get ready for the prayer. Thank you, Kriti.
गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितम् कपित्थजम्भो फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर विधिताखिल शास्त्र सुधा जलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थ निधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्कर शिखमे शरणं भवशङ्कर शिखमे शरणम्
Thank you, everyone. Before I introduce the speaker for the day, I would like to steal one sentence which she always says that the teachers must be inspiring, but apart from that, the teachers must love children. That is the most important thing. Teachers, while they become inspiring, they must also love children. And we must mold every child to be a perfect human with a positive attitude, abundance positive attitude, and motivate them in making this world a very beautiful place to live in. With that is what she explicitly told me through her profile. Manoranjini ma'am, who is a doctorate in human resource management, did a post graduation in both Hindi as well as economics, and did a diploma in transactional analysis. She achieved the International Life Empowerment Award for exemplary leadership in life empowerment activities. Also, she is a resource person for CCE and a resource person for capacity building programs for teachers in life skills, gender, and values. I'm not going to talk too much about her because I would like she herself presenting her webinar on life skills, and the rest I leave it to all of you. Thank you so much, everyone. Manoranjini ma'am, please welcome.
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction about me. Anyway, namaste and good afternoon to everyone. I hope all of you had your lunch and then comfortable here. Plus, but please don't sleep, since it is afternoon. So, topic is life skills. I know that you all know what are called life skills, and hope all of us, every human being, everyone is having one or other, not one or other, many skills. So can someone please tell me how many skills you have? Yes, we all have n number of skills, infinite number of skills. Yes. Each individual is having number of skills, n number of skills. Please don't say that I have only 3 skills, 4 skills, 5 skills. Why I am asking you? When I take classes, usually people are having such a feeling that we have only few skills. No, every person every child is having n number of skills. So we are starting from there. Okay. And this is actually the capacity building program on life skills. And our scope is coming under, I think, I know you all are teachers, right? Principals or teachers or HODs, all are, in that category, like teaching profession. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So all are teachers. So our aim is how to impart skills in our students. How can we identify skills? How can we support children to have more skills and improve upon the skills which we have? That is our aim. So this is actually we focus on how can we help children to have skills and improve upon that. There, the first thing we need to understand is every human being is having n number of skills. So please don't think that the child is poor, the child could not speak, the child could not do something. Never limit the child on their skills. Where we need to support them to improve upon. That's all. So that is the beginning. Now, it is not what you do. So it's actually what we have taught them to do for themselves that will make them successful. So it is not what we do. It is actually we teachers what or how we help the children to be successful in their life. And that's more important for us. So the primary aim of education is to enable students to do well in school, but at the same time to help them to do well in the lives they lead outside school. It is not on whether the children they are getting many prizes in different scholastic activities or getting good marks. The aim of schooling, our aim, teachers, we need to focus how the children exile outside the school, how the children be successful in their life. So that kind of training, that kind of support, we teachers, we are supposed to give the children from the school. So that is the aim. So there we surely need to focus on their skills, life skills. So life skills, as per WHO, the life skill, the definition of life skills are abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individuals to deal effectively with demands and challenges of everyday life. How human being we adapt ourselves with our positive behavior in the day-to-day life. So that is actually skill. What are our you know positive behavior, how we face challenges, and then we need to have many skills to face the challenges, how we overcome the difficulties with positive behavior. So that's very important. We can face challenges negatively also, but life skill is totally talking about the positive behavior of human being. So WHO is giving that kind of definition to the life skills. Or these are the abilities that facilitate the physical, emotional, and mental well-being of an individual. So it is our well-being. We need to be happy and peaceful. So that kind of skill, that kind of behavior, positive behavior, totally we call it as life skills. So nowadays we say that people, they live, by what I say, by cheating others, by faking the personality. That is not a skill actually. And the skill usually always remember that, positive behavior. Skills and values, it is coming together. We can't separate skills and values actually. And the life skill is merged with or combined with the values. Now, again, I told you in the beginning, we have n number of skills. All these skills, smiling, I can smile now, I can talk now, I can move my hands. All these are skills only. That's why we discussed we have n number of skills. All the skills together, we make it under 10 heading. So we call these 10 are the core life skills. There are 10 core life skills. They are self-awareness, empathy, critical thinking, creative thinking, decision making, problem solving, effective communication, interpersonal relationship, coping with stress, coping with emotions. These are the 10 core skills. And smiling, laughing, talking to someone, finding a solution, all these things are coming under these 10 core skills. It is divided into 10 core skills. Again, these 10 core skills are divided into three main headings: thinking skill, social skill, negotiation skills, or emotional skill. So, 10 core skills are there. The 10 core skills again divided into three. Under thinking skill, self-awareness, problem solving, decision making, creative thinking, critical thinking, etc. will be coming under thinking skill. Social skill, interpersonal skill, communication, empathy building, all these are social skills. Negotiation skills or emotional skills, managing feelings, emotions, coping with stress, resisting peer, advocacy skill, family pressure, how to how to bear the family pressure. All these things are coming under negotiation skill or emotional skills. So there are three skills, and I hope those who are working with CBSE, you know that earlier when we had CCE, there were three main skills. They were thinking skill, social skill, and emotional skills, where we were supposed to give grade to the children. So I hope you surely have an idea about it. I hope this much it is clear for you. Now we are going back to the 10 core skills. Again, the 10 core skills, you know that it is three main skills. So first one, thinking skill. Under thinking skill, it comes self-awareness, problem solving, creative thinking, critical thinking, etc., etc. So what is meant by self-awareness? How can it be a skill? It is I say that it is the most important skill. If we have self-awareness, surely other skills will follow. Self-awareness, what it is: recognition of self or character, our strength. That is called self-awareness. Now again, I'll give one more assignment for you. Can you just describe yourself? Somebody, no, randomly, those who, can you just describe yourself? Description in the sense, what are your strength and what are your weakness? Somebody, can you please voluntarily come forward?
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
This is Doel Roy from Ranchi, Firalal Public School.
Oh,
I would like to introduce and tell about my
yeah.
strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
Whatever I know about myself
Okay.
is that I'm a good communicator.
Wonderful.
My communication skills, I really believe the thing that I'm a good communicator.
Yeah.
I'm a good mother. I
Oh,
have suitable reasonable bit of empathy,
wonderful.
and I can, my connectivity with the people is good.
Yeah.
I'm a good cook. That is my culinary. Means I'm not very expert at it, but still I'm trying reasonably. That also is good.
Yeah.
So, and the self awareness also, ma'am, is our strength, and why not the weaknesses?
Yeah.
So my weakness is actually that I get very angry at times very quickly. I'm short tempered.
Yeah.
That is another problem. So that is the only problem which I feel. But
Okay.
otherwise, I'm a very, very positive and a responsive person. That's
Okay.
it, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is your awareness about yourself, right? Wonderful. And what your children or your parents, your husband, your family members, what they used to tell about no, yourself? You're Roy, the same person. Can you just tell me the same thing? Others are also finding the same skills
Yes,
with
ma'am.
you? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, yes, they means connect with me with most of the things which I believe that I am
Okay.
actually about other skills, and yes, they believe everything actually. They
Yeah.
believe I am a yes. They totally agree to it.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful.
Yes, thank
Wonderful.
you, ma'am.
So, no, thank you so much. There are actually this, self-awareness is what we know about ourselves. That is actually self-awareness plus plus what others think about us. That is also coming. Sometimes I may feel that I am short-tempered, but I may not be short-tempered. Sometimes I may be having a lot of patience. I am having such a feeling that I have communicate effectively, but others may say that I didn't understand what you are saying. I never understand what you say. So there are, one side that, I feel that this is I am, but what others think about me may be opposite. At the same time, there may be another aspect. I'll take that one. So here our friend said that she has good communication skill. She is empathetic, and she is having only one problem, that she is a bit emotional. But others might have found out certain other skills also with her. Maybe family members may be thinking that she finds problem solutions for all problems, and she is very creative. So which we won't believe. Others may be knowing about other sides of us. Then again, there are other side also where others know about us and we don't know about us, and we talked about that. Then one more side is there. We also don't know about others, ourselves. Others also don't know about ourselves. So there are four sides of ourself. One is I know about myself, and others also know about myself. Another aspect is I know about myself, but others don't know about myself. Then again, third side is I don't know about myself, but others know about myself. Then the fourth side is me also, I don't know about myself. Others also don't know about myself. So there are four aspects of our personality or our self. Everyone must understand this. So sometimes we may feel that I know about myself everything. And no, sometimes we may be taking too much time to understand ourselves through the experience or interaction with others. And of course, there are one side, it is blank side. Even I don't know about myself, others also don't know about ourselves. And that is the situation where we may be, sometimes failing in life. So in life where you are failing, you can observe that particular aspect. And then if you observe it, surely you will be able to find out your merits and demerits. Sometimes we may be failing, maybe because we are right. Right. Sometimes we may be failing, maybe we don't know about ourselves. So this is awareness. This self-awareness is very important. We need to surely have some positive belief about ourselves. Help children to have positive belief about themselves. And that is the teacher's duty. Tell the students, you are good. There is surely something good in you. So here I always ask teachers, when the parents and children, they approach you for open house, usually what the teachers do, pora, then otherwise in Malayalam we say pora, or in English we say no, this is not enough. The child has to improve. This will be the first word. Then we may say that, okay, maths he got this mark, but social science he is not good at all. So we are giving a negative impact. The parent may be sad. Child may be extraordinary in music or in dance. So what shall we do is, whenever the parents and the children, they approach you, say something positive about the child. Mone mole, or I'll surely appreciate you, what goodness you have. You are an excellent singer. I love your dancing. Or I love the way you do the mono act. Wonderful. You are really great in that side. So the same effort, if you are putting in studies, surely you will be a wonderful person. And that is the positive interaction. So it is our duty to help children and parents always to give a chance for the child to improve upon. There must be a scope for improvement, and that must be our communication with the parent. Every child, no doubt at all, is having something good, with them. Every human being is having something good about them. So this is first one. That's why I have given this much time for self-awareness. Self-awareness is very important skill in our life. If we have self-awareness, surely problem solving, we will be able to solve the problem. So dealing with our problem, so that completely depending upon our self-awareness. So I need not explain how we deal with our problems when issues comes, how we are facing that issue. That's important. So there we need to have other skills also. Let us go to the part. Self-awareness, already I explained self-awareness, what it is. So developing self-awareness is very important. So then again, I'll leave that slide. Problem solving. I say problem solving is again the most important aspect in our life. How it is the most important aspect. Why it is most important part? Because in problem solving, we always face stress and strain. So to avoid stress and strain is very important in problem solving. We need to have emotional skill. While we deal with the problem, surely we need to have emotional skill and observe our emotions there, and try to be peaceful and calm. For that, what all things you need to do that. That's very important. So if the problem is unresolved, it may cause stress again, physical and mental strain. So the way we look at the problem, that's important. We need to look at the problem positively. So problem solving is very much related with the emotions. Otherwise, it may lead to health issues and mental issues, problems, mental health and physical health. So Next thinking skill is decision making. Dealing constructively with decisions about our life. So problem solving, again, another aspect of problem solving is decision. What decision we are taking? And then after taking the decision, thinking critically and creatively is also important. Critical thinking is important. Analyzing the information, experience in an objective manner. So we need to analyze it and observe it. And that is critical thinking. So thinking skill, we have seen that self-awareness is most important. Then problem solving, we need to have that kind of mind to solve the problem. Then surely we need to take appropriate decision, and then think about that particular decision, whether it is appropriate or not, analyze the decision. Then next, so decision making is, again, I say, abilities to access available options, foresee the consequence. So we need to foresee the consequence. Okay, if I take such a decision, it may happen. So that ability is called decision making. Then again, decision making, the four important aspect of decision making is goal, choice, coping with emotions, and then career. So goal, develop, prioritize, or attain. So always we need to prioritize, what is most important in our life. Attain it, develop it. Then the choice, and there surely must be a lot of choice. So find out the best choice of lifestyle, study, food habits, hobbies. Coping with stress, I already told you that coping with stress is very, very important. And further, choice in our career or in that particular problem, what choice we are taking, that's also important. Critical thinking, we have seen that ability to analyze the situation and then contribute, helping recognize what will happen after that. And lot of things will support there, like our values system, and then peer pressures, and the influence of media, our attitude and behavior. All these things will affect critical thinking. Next important part of thinking skill, that is most important, like self awareness, creative thinking. The way we see the problem is important. So fluency means getting ideas, generating ideas, flexibility, shifting our perspective easily, originality, that is conceiving something new, elaborate it. So when we go for a decision making, think that it is a novel idea. There must be quick ideas must come. It is possible for human beings. And then we need to be flexible. That's very important. Certain people are very rigid. So we need to be flexible. And then the originality, conceiving something new, and there we need to have originality, never uh, take it from others, and that idea may not be suitable in this particular circumstances sometimes. So these thinking skill is very important for us. Again, I'll say that self awareness, problem solving, decision making, critical thinking, and creative thinking are called thinking skill. Creative skill, again, creative thinking contribute to decision making and problem solving. And even this creative thinking is important because with creative thinking we'll be able to take a better decision, we'll be able to solve the problem also. Now social skill, interpersonal relations are very important. Social skill, interpersonal relation, intrapersonal relation, all these things are important. Even effective communication is also important there. First thing is interpersonal relation, relating in positive way. While we interact with people, always think positively or interact positively with friends or whoever it may be. Making and keeping friends a good relation, maintaining good relation with friends and family members, and ending a relation, that also constructively. So how we deal with people, that is interpersonal. skill. And then again, another meaning, definition of interpersonal skill. It is help us to live positively in our life. This may mean being able to make and keep friendly relations with you know uh, friends and family members. So most of the family is having problem, husband and wife is having problem, mainly because of this interpersonal relationship. We need to accept other people, where I think in the case of husband and wife, in the case of children and parents, try to love their weakness. That's very important. Interpersonal relationship, try to love the weaknesses of people, and then be happy on their positive skill. We hate the what I say, the negatives of people. Instead of that, if we can't love it, at least adjust it. And I think always in family, in husband and wife relation, we need to love the weaknesses of people. And then surely life is wonderful and beautiful. And even in the class, teacher student relation also. And please see that the children are innocent. And then if we are seeing that they are innocent, surely we love their mistakes. So that's important in interpersonal relation. And again, another social skill is effective communication. Already told you that. Expressing appropriate. And somebody told that she has effective communication skill. And verbally and non-verbally, we surely must be able to express our feelings, expressing opinion and desires, that also without any fear we are supposed to express our opinion and our desires, being able to ask for advice. And certain times if we don't know anything, surely we need to ask for advice to the appropriate person. So effective communication is not even verbally alone, even non-verbally. Your appearance always speak better than your words. So, how you appear before with a positive attitude, and that speaks a lot. Expressing your body language positively, that's very important in effective communication. And I think 100 percentage, around more than 70 percentage is our expressions, our appearance, and even 20 percentage only will contribute verbal communication, but the 80 percentage is our appearance and the body language. So in the class also, the teacher's body language, teacher's appearance speaks better than the words of the teachers. So have a very positive attitude in mind and in body also. So next is empathy. Other social skill is empathy. Seeing with the eyes of another, listening with the ears of another, feeling with the heart of another. We used to say that, be in others' shoes. That is empathy. Understand the feelings of others. Empathy and sympathy is different. It is easy to be sympathetic, and I can say that sorry, and somebody got an accident. I can say that, oh, I am sorry. That is sympathy only. Empathy means understand the feeling after getting an accident and then speaking to them. That makes a lot of differences. So empathy is very important. And it is the definitions, effective communications, able to express ourselves verbally and non-verbally. Already discussed. Empathy also. Empathy is the ability to imagine in others point of view. Empathy helps us understand and accept others. So that's very, very important. Next is emotional skill. The last skill is negotiation skill or emotional skill. Managing emotions. That's very, very important in our life. Recognizing emotions. So mostly we may not be able to accept, or we may not be able to control ourselves. It is because we can't recognize our own emotion. Recognizing the emotion within us is very important. Being aware of how emotions influence our behavior. We need to know if I am getting angry, the situation will get worse. If I cry, the situation will get worse. Such a way, we need to aware about the emotions which is coming to us. We need to observe it and we need to recognize it. If we are recognizing it, surely we'll be able to control it. Being able to respond to emotions appropriately, that's also important. Next is coping with stress. Recognizing the source of the stress in our life is important. Learning how to relax, and that's very, very important. Mostly, we don't know how to relax when we are frustrated. Find out sources. There are n number of means or ways by which we will be able to relax. We will be able to control it. So I think that important part is over. Managing feelings and emotions, uh, how to control our emotions, anger, stress, etc. And lifestyle. Sometimes by changing the lifestyle, we may be able to control it. Or sometimes changing the place, and we may be able to control it and find out, recognize it. That's very important. And behavior changes through life skills. So, 1 second. Removes ignorance. We need to aware about things, that's important. Then generate the awareness and have concern, create knowledge, motivation, accept motivation. That's also important. Readiness to change, willingness to change, acceptance. So inculcate goodness, change the lifestyle or accept a particular lifestyle. So these are very important to change our behavior. So we need to accept that I am ignorant and then, acknowledge it or remove that thing. So generate awareness. That's very, very important. Mostly when we are stressed, we may not be able to generate awareness. For that, we need to follow methods by which we'll be able to control our emotions. And then acceptance is very, very important in our life. Then only we'll be able to change ourselves. And willingness to change, readiness to change, that's very, very important. Usually, what I have seen is in teachers, usually, generally, this is a general statement. Don't take it personally. We are not ready. I am criticizing myself, not ready to accept changes. Without accepting changes, we may not be able to move forward in our life. We may not be able to advise even others. So, readiness to change, willingness to change is very important. Acceptance is also very important in our life to have a better life. Now, take pleasure and pride in saying no when one wants to say no. That's also very important in our life. And many of us, we may not be able to say no to many things. So say no is important. Then how to say no? And that's also important. Very polite refusal. Give reason softly. Repeat refusal. Walk away. Ignore the person. Avoid the situation. Find other support. Talk about your own feelings. These are the ways by which we need to say, no to the situation. That again, depending on the situations. Certain situations, we need to walk away from the situation. Polite refusal may not be suitable there. Ignoring person is also important at certain times. Avoiding the situation, and that is also possible for us. And find other support, that is, it is always possible. So there are different ways by which we'll be able to say no to situations. So that's very important. And help our children to say no to situations. Usually in adolescent age, children, they find it very difficult to say no to their peer groups and elders also. So help them to say no, and whenever the situation needed, required for them. By knowing our positive qualities, it is easy for us. If we know our positive qualities, it is easy for us to have better life skills and improve upon our life skills. For that, we need to have self-esteem. Self-esteem is important. So help children to have self-esteem. And I have many a times have seen people, they don't have self esteem at all. I am not good, I can't do this, if I am doing also, it won't come properly. And these things are lack of self esteem. We need to have self esteem. I can do it, I will do it. It's okay if I am okay at all in that particular situation. It is okay if I fail. So such a way we need to accept the situation. For that, self-esteem is very important. Low self-esteem, as I said to you, and that create problems. And no, we may fail in our life also, especially adolescent. We need to help them to have self-esteem. Adolescent age is very important, where the interaction of adults, parents, and teachers are very important. We surely need to help the children to have self-esteem with our positive behavior, with our love and care. And by liking ourselves, we feel good. Help the children to like themselves. So that's important. So that's very, very important. So by this, the key messages in every situation of life, we need to use life skills. Think out of the box. That's also very, very important. We at times we need to think out of the box. And by critical thinking, we can analyze the pros and cons of any situation. That here we are talking about mainly critical thinking and creative thinking. So all these skills are interrelated and reinforce each other. Together, they are responsible for our psychological competence, build our self esteem and self efficacy, and nurture holistic development. I think I can just help you. Okay, I'll do that later by telling you a story. Life skills key to success. Now, important, life skills which we need to have. Promotes positive attitude and behavior, improve communication, promote healthy decision making, prevents negative and high risk behavior, promotes greater sociability, teach anchor control, increase self esteem and self confidence, improve academic performance. How to do life skills? So there are three important aspects to improve life skills. How do life skills helps? Thinking skill, to demonstrate that ability to original, imaginative and flexible, to raise questions and think critically, to implement a well thought out decision, to feel comfortable with one's own self. Social skill, to demonstrate the ability to identify, verbalize, and respond effectively to others' emotions, to get along well with others, to take criticism constructively, to communicate effectively. Emotional skill. We already have seen all these things. To identify causes, to develop strategies, to express and respond to emotions with an awareness about the consequence, and these are important. So thinking skill, social skill, and emotional skills are important. Messages, an integral part of life, and psychosocial abilities that enable individuals to translate knowledge, attitude, values regarding their concern, ability to develop in every individual to equip them to meet the challenges of life. Managing life skill is the ability to identify, empowered with skills, and our ability to take decisions based on logical process, what to do, why to do, how to do, and when to do. Now I can tell you a story. all of you might have heard that particular story, that is grandma's story only. You might have heard about monkey and the crocodile. And I love to tell the story, and there you can find out all the skills. So I'll just narrate the story. Once there lived a monkey in the forest, and that place where monkey was living, it was near to a river, a very big wide river, and a crocodile used to come there where monkey was living, and the crocodile was there in the river, and monkey was on the top of the tree. They talk each other, they were good friends. Every day monkey used to give some fruits to the crocodile. Crocodile carry that fruit home and give it to wife and children. One day wife said, what a lovely monkey it is. Surely the monkey's heart will be very tasty. The crocodile's behavior, their nature, she expressed. I just want to eat that monkey. And then crocodile got angry. He is my best friend. How can you say like that about my friend and all? Scolded. But this lady really wanted to eat that monkey by thinking that the heart will be very tasty. So she kept it in her mind, and one day when husband was in good mood, and that how ladies usually convince people, especially husband, and the lady said, why can't you bring that monkey? I just want to eat that monkey, and this and that. Somehow that crocodile, without much interest, and he agreed that okay, I'll bring monkey home. So that day, while the crocodile was going, to see the friend, the crocodile was very sad. And then, he reached over there, and monkey asked, "What has happened? Why you are looking very sad?" Then crocodile said, "My wife want to see you." He didn't tell the truth, but my wife want to see you, he said. And then what does happen? Monkey said, okay, I am ready. Me also, I just want to see your wife. Okay, I am ready. And then he jumped onto the top of crocodile, and then at the middle of the river, crocodile, being a good friend, he said, I am taking you. Why? Because my wife want to eat you. Immediately, if we were in that position, and we will do, we'll jump into the river, we'll cry, and we will blame that crocodile. Sometimes by blaming, the crocodile himself may eat us. So this monkey was having good life skills. He said, you could have told me for a moment. And he tried to control himself, and then immediately he got an idea, creative thinking. Ayo, my heart is at the top of the tree, and I just want to take it back. Shall we go back? Then crocodile agreed, and the monkey went back, and then climbed on the tree and said, please mute your mic. Don't cheat your friend. You are cheating your friend. Don't do it. So this was the story. All the life skills were in this particular story. That's why grandmas were usually giving this story to the children. What were the skills hidden? There was self-awareness. Monkey was aware about himself. He know that how to escape from. He was knowing about his quality, strength. Like I can manage, I can solve problems, and that self-awareness was there. And that was the first skill hidden in that. Second is effective communication was there. Monkey very beautifully communicated with the crocodile. And then managing the stress. While the problem was there, he managed with the stress, coping with emotions, managing the stress, it was there. Then again, the creative thinking and critical thinking. So critically, he evaluated. If I shout now, then monkey may eat. And then very fast, he got a creative idea. He solved the problem by coming back. So all the skills were interpersonal relation, how they manage the friendship. So all these skills hidden in the story. So we also need to have such a skill in our life, and we need to, move away from the situation which was, taking our life. So, and that also very positively. So, these kind of stories we need to tell the students and children also. Why? Because the children, they learn many things from these stories and they will be getting better skills. They can improve upon their skills. Okay. So, role of the teacher: ask for justification of idea, pose thought-provoking questions, stimulate critical thinking, assign assignment and project based on life skill, integrate life skills with other subjects, coordinate with parents, act as a role model. And again, that is a teacher's role, school's role, creating a friendly and supportive atmosphere, catering to the needs of all the students, promoting mutual respect, encouraging collaboration among the students and discussions among the students and teachers, strengthening communicative actions in the schools. So these are important in our school. Then activities. How can we impart life skills? Discussions are important. Debate is also important, and discussions, exchange of ideas, experience, facts. So in the life skills program, usually when we are having offline, I used to take life skill for 2 days. So we'll be having lot of discussions there, and we will exchange ideas, we'll exchange experience. So discussions are very important. Debate is also important. Role play, brainstorming sessions are important. Storytelling methods are important. Drama is also important. And then case studies, we can discuss case studies. Miming is also possible. Poetry and recitals are important. Question and answer are also important. Games, working in small groups and pairs. And then again, simulations, imitation or enhancement, that is simulation as of something anticipated. Songs and dances will also help them. Demonstrations are also important. Okay, and here few example from the classroom teaching learning. While understanding narcissism, students develop their empathetic and analytical skill. That is from the history. While learning about speed, distance, and time, students improve their problem solving skills. While writing some composition, they refine their creative skills. So skills are improved through the subjects that we were proving here. Then select relevant and age appropriate content. Identify the life skills to the focused and enhanced. Identify curricular as well as co-curricular activities. Involve learners in activity. Life skill development enhancement should be continually assessed over a period of time. Okay, be brave, take risk. Nothing can substitute experience. That is my advice to you. I think, thank you.
I think you were so lucid in your language, you were so simplistic in your explanation. Skills must become very much a part of the curriculum, and the teachers must actually take initiative in imparting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, many a times, somewhere down the line that gets forgotten.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
very
it is
much, ma'am,
very
for it.
difficult, to impart this kind of thing. Actually, we need to have a lot of activities. So I usually take, life skill education 2 days program. So by having a lot of discussions and, even songs, dances, etc., etc.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for reiterating the skill enhancement and what is the importance of skills. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I thank all the participants for being a very patient listener. Thank you so much.